Namaste, my friends. So the full truth could be summarized in a very simple sentence. And the sentence is, I am that I am. So just the sense of I am is not enough. Because if I am is alone, where is the rest? So the full truth, the absolute truth, is I am that I am. And that's why God is the most misunderstood thing, no thing, whatever, being, no being in the world. Nobody can define God, nobody can understand God. God is beyond all concept, God is beyond all descriptions. God is beyond being, God is beyond non-being, God is beyond enlightenment, God is beyond darkness, God is beyond past, present, and future. God is the creator, destroyer, maintainer, and beyond all that. Because I am that I am means I am all that is, right? I am life. But I am also all that is not. So I am not is also part of I am that I am. So this I am that I am is the most powerful statement. It's more powerful than I am, and it's more powerful than I am not. It's the source from which I am comes from, and I am not comes from. And that's the eternal truth that we are, but it's also beyond us, because I am that I am is everything. All that is and all that is not is God's will. That's what it means. Or as Ramana used to say, not a single event happens except by his will. It means the same thing. So humans tend to have a very limited and misunderstanding, a very limited way of seeing God. You know, we hear the stories of like Lord Krishna and stuff like that, but we need to understand that God is beyond all concepts. It's not an entity that has like some kind of superpower upon us. Although we could see it that way, because as much as we try to understand, there's a higher power which is so much more powerful than any human brain can come up with, even the clearest brain out there, maybe even a Buddha, right? A Buddha compared to God is nothing. God is limitless, pure intelligence. It can create 1 billion Buddhas in 1 second if it's needed. So God is not understandable by the human mind because God is not human. It's also part of us, but it's way beyond us. Much, much bigger. Much, much bigger. So to have this humility, to surrender to this, is good for humans. It's the best way to be free of suffering. It's the best way. So when he says, I am that I am, even in the Bible, it says that for Moses. We can get a glimpse of that right now. What is here? Just this. Just being. That's I am that I am. And that's the eternal truth that we all are, and but it's also beyond us. And it's very important to remind ourselves of this. Yes, we are part of God, but even a realized Buddha or a completely, enlightened being, compared to the higher power, it's nothing. People need to understand this. Higher power is bigger than any human can come up with. What I mean by the higher power is that dimension which is not reachable, understandable by the mind. You can only be it, can be this, a little bit. And this I am that I am transcends I am, which is not a personal, but is depending on the human, and the I am not. So God is beyond I am, God is beyond I am not. God is beyond past, present, and future, and yet He's the creator of past, present, and future. He is the future, because everything is already written, everything has already happened. So it's just this moment, and in this moment, past, present, and future is just one thing happening as this. And that's God's grace, that's His will. So we can never try to understand it with the mind, you will go crazy. Just rest and be with this. Merge your mind, merge your heart into this. And the job is done. But we should never understand, that's my opinion, I mean, not opinion, that's how I see, that's how I feel things, right? We should never think, no matter how enlightened we are, whatever that means, that we know more than God or something. It's very extremely dangerous place to be in, and it's a very deluded place. Just recognize that there's a power which is immense, which is much beyond us. Even like Ramana Maharshi said things like, he prayed to God and he said that nothing happens except by his will, even for jnani, even for a realized person, a being. Nothing happens except his will. So you can trust Ramana. If you don't trust me, that's fine. You can trust Ramana Maharshi, who's probably the greatest, I mean, not greatest, not the right word, but the best master who's ever been on the planet. And he said nothing happens except his will. So just abide by his will and be with what is. And that which is God. Thank you for listening. I'll see you again soon.